The first thing I notice is that sticky fork. It's dirt. It's got sticky syrup on it. You see it? And it's on the table, which means it's picking up any residual crumbs or anything that's on the table was going to stick to the fork.
The fork, to me, looks very scratched underneath, which means that whoever eats at this buffet, when they put the fork in their mouth, they bite the fork and scratch it as they're pulling it out of their mouth.
That fork would be very uncomfortable on the lower lip. And even if they turn the fork upside down, you're not going to be able to get away from that roughness on your lip. Well, unless you somehow took some of that stuff, that white stuff on there. Is that, I don't know if it's ice cream, and you rub that on your bottom lip before you put the fork in. It might act as a protective layer against the scratchiness of the bottom of the fork. You just put it on like lip balm. No, I don't think anybody would care in the buffet. Do you think you would catch some glances like, look, he's rubbing, is that ricotta cheese?
I would say that it's probably ice cream.
Okay.
It might be kiwi ice cream because it looks like there's bits of green kiwi lodged in there.
Don't try to give me that kiwi ice cream. Give me real ice cream. Soft serve is even better.
Well, they have soft serve at this buffet, but they also have hard ice cream at this buffet. What do you think about the desserts section providing things like waffles? We're going to do an episode also about a chocolate fountain, which we can talk about later. But for now, this particular buffet has a waffle machine that you actually make the waffle yourself,
Wow.
fresh.
Wow. Pretty hard to make a waffle.
Yeah, it's amazing what restaurants are allowing people to do themselves these days.
Making your own toast, your own waffle. Sometimes they even have a bagel toaster. You know where the bagel goes in and you don't see it for a long time and then it shoots out the bottom?
The conveyor belt one?
Correct. I like when it
Yeah.
vanishes. Like you could look inside it, but you'd have to scooch down like and get low because it's only about 33 inches off the floor, the toaster, and you'd have to bend down and look inside the and watch it go through. And at the very end, when it goes through, it just kind of it drops down and then it shoots out.
What about the bagel slicer? The one that's really safe? It's just like a bagel guillotine
I
and it
have one.
goes down. You have one.
Oh,
Oh,
I do.
wow.
I used to sell those. In fact, I can remember when that product was actually invented and brought to the market. Somebody
When
came up with that idea because bagels are you have to be careful when you slice them. Very difficult to slice, and you can easily cut your hand, or you don't slice it the right thickness. One part's real thick, the other part's real thin. Correct?
Yeah. Yeah, and if you're not paying close enough attention, in gripping the bagel, you could put your finger through the hole to get a better grip and end up slicing right through your finger as the knife goes through the hole because a lot of people might not be paying attention. They may not realize, oh, I forgot that the knife goes through that part too.
The other thing is it's always important to use a well-designed knife that's been proven for years. That brings me to today's sponsor,
Oh, God.
Victorinox, making knives in Switzerland since the late 1800s. They make luggage and other things now, but their core business is still knives for the kitchen and for the home that perform on things like cutting bagels safely and effectively,
Don't pack a knife in your luggage. Just
right?
make sure you don't make that mistake.
So are we done with this episode?
I don't know. I mean, we didn't really talk about the matters at hand, but do we ever?
Let's not make it too long. I feel like it's
Yeah,
naturally ended.
I know, but there's one thing that we have to talk about, and that is the beautiful heart that someone drew on the plate made of jam. Very rarely do we have buffet patrons trying to be artistic and make the plate look nice.
Jam
Most of,
heart!
most of the plates that we talk about are plates that have been shoddily put together and they look terrible. But I picked this one this week because this one actually looks nice. Somebody took an artistic approach to this and drew a jam heart. So I just wanted to say that not all buffet plates are ugly. However, it's unfortunate that this plate that this beautiful art was created on is an ugly colored plate.
It is. It's a very unusual color. It's pea. I would consider that pea, like the round English pea, green or lima bean green. It's such a weird color. It's like doesn't. And you're right. They did all that hard work to try to showcase what they did with the jam and the plate. The plate ruins it. It's a shame.
Now this episode is over.
Okay, good. Good job.
Thanks for watching, and don't bother following us on social media. Just subscribe to this channel. It makes it way easier for us because we're just in the business of uploading these videos. We're not in the business of social media here, you know?
I don't. Hopefully, you edit that thirstiness out of it.
No, it's like counter thirstiness. It's like the reverse psychology type of thirsty.
Yeah, that works real good. Just tell them, say, subscribe, man.
No, subscribe. Subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe and save.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you changed the picture already. Now everybody knows what next week's episode is about. Great.